so this is the recipe that we'll be doing today, easy salmon fish cakes. So what you'll be needing is some white potatoes, salmon or any other fish that you choose to use, olive oil, parsley, you can have fresh or dried, lemon, which is optional, salt and pepper, wholemeal flour and a green salad to serve. So you can find these in our pack 3 that we'll be sending out to you, or you can actually pause this video and read it from here. Thank you. Hi guys, my name's Tina and I work for Reach, and I'm going to do a little bit of a cooking class with you. Obviously at this time we haven't got a lot in the cupboards and we have to be careful what we're buying. So I've found some salmon in my freezer and I found a recipe which I'm going to make some salmon fish cakes. Obviously we can use what fish we like. If you've got any in your freezer, that'll be fine. You might be able to get some from the supermarkets. So I'm going to demonstrate how we do fish cakes. So first of all, I'm going to go wash my hands and put my pinny on. So our first step when we come into the kitchen is washing our hands. So you might not have been cooking since you've been at home. So I just want to demonstrate so we all remember the importance. So the main thing is any jewellery, we take them off. So I'm going to put my rings over here out the way. Get some warm water, lather it up and make sure we've got plenty of soap on our hands. I bet you can't remember the song that we sing, can you? Right, so what's important is doing our thumbs, our wrists, because they do get missed, and in between our fingers. And then clasp our hands and make sure our nails and our fingertips are clean. Give my hands a good wash, a good rinse, and then dry them on a clean towel. There we go. So all I've got to do now is put my pinny on and then I'm ready to start. So the next step is to put on my apron. Keep my clothes clean, and anything that's on my clothes will not get in the food. And I hope you can all remember what's very important. We must wash the surfaces with some cleaning product. I'm going to make sure this is nice and clean. So, there we go, and we can start. So my recipe is there. I'm just going to get the board. Can you remember what board we use for fish? I'm going to get it, see if you can remember why I've gone. Right, so I hope you all guessed it. Yes, it's the blue board we use when we're dealing with the fish. So I'm going to take the fish out of the packet using some scissors, making sure I don't chop my fingers off. We all know the safety rules, don't we? Now we can use fresh, but I've actually got frozen, which was in my freezer. So I'm going to cook it as instructed in the packet. So I'm going to put it in some foil. I'm going to wrap it up, and then I'm going to place this in the oven for 25 minutes. Right, be careful when you open the oven that your face doesn't get the heat and the steam doesn't come into your face. Push it up, hold the handle and put it up. Then we're going to use our timer, 25 minutes, starting from now. Okay, so we are now going to cut some vegetables up and we're going to be using the brown board. So first of all, I need to, let me just get the right one. Oh, that's all right, yeah. Keeping my fingers out of the way. I'm using a potato peeler and I'm going to peel the skin off. Can be a bit tricky, to hold it tight so you don't drop your potato. I'm only going to use one because I'm only cooking for one today. Obviously with the recipe that you're going to be given, I think it makes 12 fish cakes, so you'll be needing more potato. Make sure these bad bits are out of the way. Right, so I'm going to take a knife, try that one, and we're going to cut up the potato. So I hope you can remember which cutting technique that we'll be using. So it's actually going to be the bridge method. So your finger and your thumb are going to go on the edge and you're going to cut down. And then you'll do the same again and cut down. And just keep doing that until you get small cube-sized potatoes. So now these potatoes are going to go into the colander. We're going to wash them and then we're going to put them in the pan. Right, so we're going to wash these potatoes. Right, to get these boiling quicker, I'm going to use some hot water out of the kettle. Just minding your face because this is all steam and you don't want to get it in your eyes, so just keep your face away. You don't need a lot because I've only got one potato, so I won't need that much in there. There we go. I'm going to place the potatoes into this water. Potatoes are in the hot water, so I'm going to bring them over to the hob. I'm going to put them on at the back, so it's nice and safe. No one's going to knock it over. That's it. Now they're going to take about 15 minutes. They might not be that long because there is only one potato. So we've got 18 minutes left on the clock, so hopefully the fish and the potato will be cooked together. Right, so my next step is, with my fish cake, I'm going to be having a salad. So I want to cut my salad up and wash it. So here's my cucumber, and take the plastic bit off it. Make sure it's out the way, doesn't get in any of your food. So the chopping skill, we can use the same again. So I'm going to hold my finger and my thumb and cut down. You can do the same again. Then you can use your claw method, holding your fingers away so you don't chop into your finger and just slice through your cucumber. So that's my cucumber done. Same with my tomato, the same technique. Just a bad bit there, I'm not going to have that bit. That's it, keeping your fingers safe and away from the knife. So that's them. And then we've got celery. So I'm going to chop it down and hold it, just take these end bits off. Holding it in the claw, keeping your fingers in, and just slicing through the celery. And last but not least, some lettuce. Onto our lettuce. Same technique, the claw method. So then what I'll do, this is all going to go into a colander, and then I'm going to wash it. So I'm going to wash it in cold water in our colander, giving it a good rinse through, make sure all the bugs and bits are off. You don't know who's touched it when you've been shopping, so you need to be extra careful. Give it a good shake. I'm going to leave it in this bowl until my fish cakes are done. Right, then this bowl will go in the fridge with a lid on it. So I could use a plate just to put on top. Put that there till later. So while I'm waiting for the fish and the potato to cook, I'm just going to get some of the washing up done, so I've got it all to do at the end. Oh, right, let's switch off the timer. I'm just going to go and wash my hands again because I've been washing the pots. Remembering to get some nice lather, make sure they're nice and clean. Rinse all the soap off. Dry my hands. Then we'll go and check the potatoes and the fish. So what I've got here is a skewer. So I'm going to switch off the potatoes and I'm going to press down on the potato, and as you can see they have crumbled quite a little bit, but as you can see they are quite soft, so they will be ready to mash, and there's not much water in, so we've done pretty good there. So the next step is to check on the fish. Most important, what do we need? Our oven gloves. We don't want to be touching hot stuff out of there because we'll burn our hands. So when we lift it, when they're taking the oven door down, remember to keep your face away. And what do we shout? Hot stuff, guys. We're going to be taking out the fish, putting it on the top. Right, so let's open the fish up. "25 minutes this has been in for. Lovely, that's nice and cooked. So I'm going to transfer this onto a plate. So we need to drain these potatoes to get rid of all the water. So everything's off, nice and safe. So you put the colander into the sink and then tip the potatoes. I've not got many here because obviously I'm only cooking for one. If you was doing it for your family, there'd be a lot more. Get rid of the surplus water and then pop them back in, and then we're going to go and mash them. So taking my masher, we're going to mash the potato. Put it in a bowl so everyone can see it. Make sure you get your potato out, you don't want to waste any. So our potato's in there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the fish. I have flaked it up a little bit. Right, we don't want to beat the fish, so we're just going to gently fold it into the potato. then we're going to add a little salt, and remember, we do not pour our salt straight into our ingredients because we know what can happen. The lid can come off and we can have too much in. So we're going to put a little bit into our hand. Take a pinch or 2 pinches depending on how much salt you want in. We're going to take a bit of pepper, nice seasoning, and we're going to add a spoonful of parsley. Just give that a little mix again. Make sure it's all mixed in. So just put that to one side. So as we know, when we're dealing with fruit and veg, fruit we'll be using the green board. So I'm going to cut my lemon using the claw method, cut it in half, and we only need half a lemon. So I'm going to squeeze my lemon, like so, that can go in there, and then we're going to tip it into my fish and potato. So then this is all ready to be formed into a fish cake. It's lovely. So before we actually make the fish cake shapes, we need to add some flour. So let me just get rid of all these. So it does say 50 grams of wholemeal flour. But because I'm only doing it for 1, I'm just going to do 10, because it literally is just for coating your fish. So you want 0 on your scales. If you don't feel confident shaking it, then in fact, I will nip and get a spoon. Okay, so I'm just going to do 10. There we go, it's gone to 11, that's it, brilliant. Right, put that over there. So now we're ready to do our fish cake. So I'm going to take a plate, we've got our flour. So what I'm going to do, with clean hands, because I've cleaned my hands, I'm going to make it into a ball shape, and I'm going to coat my fish cake in the flour, and then make sure I get it all coated, and then put it on there. Ooh, let's get about 3 out of this, I reckon. Nice big ones. Coat it again. You can always add more flour if you need it. You don't want to overweigh it and then you end up chucking it away. Yeah, I think I'll get 1 more out of that. Just do 1 more. That's it. Make sure it's all coated. Can you see? Oh, that was weighed out. Just enough flour, I think. Look, that's nearly all the flour gone. So then they're going to go onto the plate, and I'm going to press them down into like a fish cake shape. To a round, that's it, press them down like that. And then we can go and fry these up. There we go, our fish cakes. Right, so this is the stage where we're going to be cooking our fish cakes. So I've got myself a frying pan, a fish slice, so I'm going to switch the other the top bit on, holding it in, then letting it go. Right, so we need 3 tablespoons of oil. So we need this to get warm. for about a minute. So while that's warming up, I'm going to bring these over. I've got my plate ready to put my fish cake on, and I've got my salad there out of the fridge. And can we remember, why do we always cover our food if we're not using it? So when you watch this video, can you comment below, why would we cover our food? What's the reason? Okay. So I'm just waiting for this to get heated up. Just get them off so they're not sticking to the plate. Right. We're going to add them in then. So it does say you can add about 3 at a time. So we have got quite a big pan, so maybe if there was more, you might be able to add a bit more. I'm just going to put that over there out of the way. Right. There we go. So it says, I've got 2 big ones and a small one here, look. So it says to cook on either side for 2 or 3 minutes. So don't forget the fish has been cooked in the oven, or if you've got fresh fish, you do it under the grill, because that's what the recipe says. But because mine was frozen, I did it from frozen in the oven. So I just followed the instructions on the packet. Can't wait to try these. It's very quiet in the kitchen without you guys. So we've been cooking these for about 2 minutes. So if you can see in the pan, look. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip them over and we'll take a little look and see what we think. Oh, that one's nice and brown. So I'm going to move that one along so that one looks a bit brown there. They're coming on really nice, aren't they? So just remember, all this food has been cooked. So we're just rounding them off really. The fish has been cooked, the potatoes have been cooked and mashed. So we're going to leave these to cook for a couple of minutes. So ready when you're ready. Right, so these have been cooking on the other side for a couple of minutes. So I'm going to turn them over so we can all have a look and see what we think. Oh yes, they look lovely. I think they're cooked. So the proof is in the tasting. So I'm going to switch it off for safety. So the flame's gone. So when I turn around, I'm not going to catch anything on fire. Right. So fish cakes are cooked, looking really nice. Just put that over there. And let's get nice salad, nice healthy salad. We have done homemade chunky chips in the past in this kitchen. You could do them, so we could do them another day if you wanted to. So this is our finished project. What do you think? Right, hello again. So this recipe was an easy peasy fish cake recipe, and it was all cupboard based ingredients, so I didn't have to go out specially for shopping. The actual fish was in my freezer. So I am going to have a little taste, and the proof will be in the pudding. Oh, it's really nice. Very lemony. That is lovely.